Operation Gatekeeper started as a Clinton administration response to the more than 500,000 border arrests made in San Diego County every year during the early 90s. Vietnam-era landing mats were stacked upright along the border, and places where people could cross the border freely were manned by Border Patrol agents and placed under high-tech surveillance.
The harm since the implementation of Gatekeeper has been tremendous.
Today, immigrant advocacy groups mark the anniversary by highlighting one of the largest impacts of Operation Gatekeeper, the thousands of migrants who still tried to cross into the U.S., but did it through remote parts of the desert.
The legacy of Operation Gatekeeper has been one of death.
Over 8,000 of those migrants, and perhaps many more, have died there since then.
In 2009, Operation Gatekeeper killed one of my favorite people on this planet.
Stephanie Ortiz works with the group Águilas del Desierto, which looks for migrants stranded in the desert. Her own family was touched by tragedy.
My uncle, he was a resident of Oceanside, and he had a challenging documentation status, but he wanted to visit his family in Mexico, his mom, his dad, and on his way back, unfortunately, him and my other uncle didn't make it. It's so common, it's stories of folks not withstanding the terrain anymore. It's not like it used to be a day or two. It's upwards of 10 days sometimes, Nobody brings enough water, food to hike that long.
But this was the point of Operation Gatekeeper, to drive the migrants out to the dangerous territory and make them cross out there.
Jen Budd is a former Border Patrol agent who has become a critic of Operation Gatekeeper. She felt that it redirected the agency away from its original mission.
We're always going to need law enforcement on the border, and there's always going to be a need to rescue people out in the desert and out in the mountains and so forth. But overwhelmingly, we need more of a humanitarian aspect, an asylum aspect.
At the press conference, advocates called for more resources to be given to ports of entry so people can be processed and assisted more quickly at the border. They believe this would eliminate the need for people to cross dangerous terrain like so many have in the past 25 years since the start of Operation Gatekeeper. Max Rivlin-Nadler, KPBS News.